Alright guys, this is a long playing review for Trantor, the Last Stormtrooper on the Amstrad CPC, published by Go in 1987 and produced by Probe Software. The main programmer being David Perry, very famous programmer, more on him in a bit. But this is regarded as one of the best games on the Amstrad, certainly one of the best looking and playing games on the Amstrad. And let's see how the actual gameplay stacks up though. I went silent there because there's some awesome sampled speech there. And we've got a really nice animated intro here as well. Very unusual for its time. I want you guys to bear in mind as well, this is 1987, still fairly early days of 8-bit programming. There wasn't many games as good looking and as well polished as this around the time. Now, the backstory of this game is rather strange, there's very little on it. Trantor lands on his spaceship onto a planet, blows up, and he's left stranded there. And basically we've now got to run around this complex we're in and find 8 terminals, I believe it is, which will give us a letter from each terminal which will spell out a password which you enter into another terminal, which will give you the code to beam off this planet onto another planet to safety. Apparently there's an alien bomb and plans for an alien bomb as well, which you need to find. But the story seems to vary from version to version, strangely. So here's the title screen, coded by David Perry, as previously mentioned, and graphics by Nick Bruty. Now, David Perry and Nick Bruty, they often teamed up from this game onwards, and they went on to do many fantastic games. For example, like Smash TV, Savage, which I'll come on to again shortly, Damned Dare 3, Beyond the Ice Palace, Extreme, Paperboy 2, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles I looked at recently. Yeah, and David and Nick always seemed to team up for those games, and what a team they were! And some really nice music here. I think it's by David Whittaker as well. He's one of the best music programmers ever, actually, certainly for 8-bit games. Well, David Perry has gone on to big things. He did many famous licenses like the Terminator license, Aladdin as well, and on the 16-bit systems. He set up his own companies. I think he recently sold his most recent company for about $380 million. So he's doing alright, and apparently he's a really cool and nice guy too. Now I wanted to look at Trantor because this is one of the most talked about games on the Amstrad. Certainly one of the most impressive. But actually it was started on the Spectrum, and David Perry was given the task in his first job for Probe Software to convert it to the Amstrad. But he was told to get it scrolling on the Amstrad, and remember, scrolling is usually problematic and crap on the Amstrad. And he claimed he got it scrolling in one night. And here we go. And as you can see, guys, lovely smooth scrolling and lovely animation on the main sprite there. Lots of big explosions. Look at that flame from the flamethrower. Lovely colourful graphics, and everything moves really smoothly and nicely. So we just got to one of the terminals there, and we've picked up a letter. And there's 8. I think there's 8 terminals in total, and there's about 7 floors in the game. So there's actually 8 floors in the game, so 8 terminals, my apologies. You can use lifts to go down to the next level. That refuels your flamethrower. Your flamethrower levels is the left bar next to the timer counting down. And there's also lockers that you can pick up. I'm not sure what that disc does. Perhaps it's the plans for the bomb, which you sort of hear about when we complete the game. Lockers can also reveal energy pickups like health and food, and sometimes they reveal a bomb, which you'll see later on. And I don't know how you deactivate it. Now, it's actually quite a short game. As you can see, I complete it within 10 minutes. And obviously there's the actual levels are quite short. But it's very tough. It's a race against time. The clock is always ticking down. And you have to get to the next terminal and reset the timer. And, oh, got a shield there. Sometimes the locker will reveal that. Make the most of it. But your energy goes down really, really quickly. There's a huge number of enemies constantly coming at you all the time. Oh, we're moving down to the alien floor here. Things change. Watch out for the big blue aliens. If you get touched by them, it's instant death. You might see one in a second. There was an alien. We only saw him briefly there. Oh, I do love like the big explosions. It's sort of thing that Ralph Kakao used to put in his games, like oh, there's another blue alien, like Cybernoid and Exelon. In fact, David Perry worked alongside Ralph for the early part of his career. Now, there's several different passwords you could possibly find. There's only one you can use in the game. I'll list them in the description below. So if you get a few letters, you can work out what the password out of the list is going to be. Because going to every terminal might be really problematic with the amount of energy and health you've got. There's only like 2 health pickups per game. Now here's the main terminal. Once you've got all the letters, or you've worked it out, type it in here. This time the password's KEMPSTON. They're all sort of computer related words. Although many Amstrad users might not know what KEMPSTON is. There was obviously the KEMPSTON joystick and interface on the Spectrum. Only the Spectrum. And there's our password we need, ELY. So that might have been tough to work out at the time, if you didn't collect all the letters. Now I'm running out of flamethrower fuel, and I think I've ran out there now. So it's a mad dash to the refueling station. So I initially thought this was an Amstrad exclusive. It was actually originally on the Spectrum first. So really, because I'm looking at some of the best games ever for the Amstrad in the run-up to the birthday of the Amstrad CPC 464, which is occurring later in June. I think it's June the 26th. I'm going to try and get a couple of special videos up for that. Really what I should have looked at is Savage, which is the better game, I think. And that was more of an Amstrad exclusive. It was programmed simultaneously for the Amstrad and Spectrum, and it's really impressive. This Amstrad version, the conversion to the Specky one, actually plays slightly faster and a lot smoother. Oh right, Stormtrooper, you have 25 seconds to defuse this bomb. I have no idea how you defuse it. On the Specky version, you visit a terminal on the same level. Like so. But it doesn't reset the bomb, so... you'll see in a second. The time I've got reset there to 90, but it's still counting down. I don't know if that's a bug or not. That's a real swine, so we've got to rush and dash to the end of the level now. The end of the game, actually. It should be just past here. Commodore 64 version doesn't look very good, but plays alright. But certainly the Amstrad version, I think, is definitely by far away the best version. Here we go, enter the code. ELY to activate the beam, transporter, whatever it is. It's now operational, so just walk into it just to the right there. And with 1 second to spare, yay, there we go, game completed. The transporter has beamed you down to the planet Nexus. You have escaped with your life and with the plans for the lethal quark bomb. Sustain Trantor's existence on Nexus in Trantor 2 Revenge of the Stormtrooper from Probe Software soon. Sadly though, we never saw the sequel. What a shame. Never mind. And gives you percentage rating, 88%. And a strange phrase, Sabata Mino. The M and the M's look really similar. Googled it, can't find out what that means. But there you go. That's Trantor. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. Thanks very much guys and see you soon. Cheers. Bye.